Hello. So this is free thinking now, and I'm amazed by something. I'm amazed how men simply do not regard themselves, simply do not care about how they're treated in society. I don't think the issue is awareness so much. I think there's just a problem with understanding what is happening and appreciating the scale and the dangers of what is happening. In other words, I think I see how men seem to acknowledge mistreatment, the mistreatment of men in society across so many issues. But at the same time, there seems to be an acceptance of it as well. And I hesitate to say that there's no desire to see change, because I think the issue is pursuing change in the first place. I feel that there's an absence there, that there isn't a will to try and enact change, to try and fix the situation, as it were. How can I put it? It's a bit like men have not picked up the tools to start work to fix an awful situation. There isn't an attempt to make change. So it's not as if men are trying and failing. It's that men don't seem to know how to try. It doesn't occur to men in the main to try. There is too much acceptance of how things are. And in the main, no will, no concept that change can be achieved. There is too much acceptance within men, the vast majority of men. Too much acceptance of the status quo, and I feel that there's no concept that change can be achieved. It's as if men see the situation as just real and the way things are, and they've moved past any idea of attempting to change anything. And they moved into a situation of accommodating the situation and making the best of things, as if that's the only possibility. So, in other words, it's not as if men have given up on trying to make a change. It's more that men haven't tried in the first place. They don't see it as a mission that can be accomplished. They don't appreciate it as being something that needs to be fixed. I suppose it would be similar. I'm just thinking of it as I go. Gravity, the force of gravity. At no point have we thought of trying to defeat gravity. Gravity is just there, it's the way things are, and you accommodate it. You move past it and deal with it. It wouldn't occur to anyone to think they could fix gravity, somehow prevent it from operating. There's no concept of making a change like that. And initially, I'm feeling that feminism is considered in the same way. it seemed that there is no concept within men that feminism can be opposed. No concept that misandry can be reduced or even eliminated. It's beyond that level of thought. It's accepted as a given, and men operate beyond that concept. And so there's an acceptance of a situation which I think is awful, and I've taken great pains to point out how it's awful. But it's as if men have, it's not so much that men have failed, because in order for it to be a failure, men would have had to try in the first place. It's not so much a failure as not fighting in the first place. It's almost like men don't have a concept of effecting a change. Men have accepted the situation too much. I think that is so strange and so sad. That men seem to be not capable of defending themselves because they don't seem to appreciate the threat and the danger. They don't seem to see it as something that can be opposed. They accept it the same way they accept air and water and gravity. They accept it as just a given. And so they're not picking up the tools to try and dismantle it because they don't appreciate it as something that can be dismantled. That's my impression of things at the moment. And I'm feeling that it's so unfortunate. And it's very difficult to be positive about the possibility of improvement or change or removal of misandry. It seems that men have accepted their mistreatment as being the same as air and water and gravity and ground and the sun. It just is. Things are the way they are. And it's very disheartening and frustrating and depressing, I suppose. I am wondering how men can be energized in their own cause. I know I've tried very hard to energize men, to spread information and to analyze issues and to demonstrate the problem. But I haven't succeeded in doing anything useful. I have preached to the choir, I suppose, but effecting any real change in society, making a difference that counts for anything, that hasn't happened. And obviously frustrated and depressed about not being able to make a difference and improve the situation. But I'm also mystified about why a struggle needs to be made to fix something which is so obvious. It is a wondrous situation. And I can't predict the future, obviously. It's just, it's so awful, and I did try to make it less awful. And it's very frustrating to not have succeeded. It just mystifies me how things are the way they are.